All right, all right. Let's give people a few seconds to join in here. Josh, I got about 30 seconds. I mean, we on lunch break. We all fucking around, not being ready. We late, but it's lunch break. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you really ever late to a lunch break, Josh?
I don't think so, because you can kind of take it when you want. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
So
schedule permitting.
schedule permitting,
You know what I mean?
volume permitting.
You know what, Josh? I think this is episode 5 of Lunch Break News. You know, we need some news ad libs just ready to fucking go. You know what I mean?
We do.
Like, we need someone to throw it to, you know? Like,
Okay.
the switch screen, bam, it's somebody at the desk,
Right.
maybe a baddie. That'd be cool.
Dominican
That'd be
preferred.
kind of Whoo, don't get me started. I know how.
You know what I'm saying?
You
know?
As long as it's melanin, I'd go in. But I digress, Josh. Let's get right into it. We're not going to bury the lead this time. As you see in the title screen, yes, Maureen Comey has been fired. Now, that name sounds familiar for several reasons, Josh.
Okay.
Number one, she is probably most famous for being the daughter of James Comey, the former lead head of the FBI, who also was fired abruptly with little explanation back, I believe, in 2017 by Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
Now, you may also recognize her name from being one of the prosecutors on the Diddy trial. Yes, that Diddy trial. The one where he beat 3 out of 5 charges. We're not going to go back. If you guys are still curious for some fucking reason weeks later on what charges he beat, what charges he did not, go ahead and look at my page, The Pharaoh Live. Yeah, you're here right now, and we have a great summary from that episode of Lunch Break News. Now, she was also known for working on the prosecution that never got prosecuted for Epstein. Now, there's been very little information released on why she got fired, but what are we here for, Josh? To speculate.
We're speculating.
To rant and have a good fucking time.
That's it. We're speculating. We're creating controversy.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
You just heard this news recently, almost live with our viewers. Shout out to y'all. What do you have to say about that, Josh?
About her getting fired?
What are your thoughts? Her fired? Why? Why not? Let's hear it.
It makes 0 sense that she got fired.
Okay.
Because it's like, oh, there's no info on why she got fired.
0.
Also, no info on Epstein.
0.
And
might as well be 0.
Diddy, if she got fired because of that, what about the other prosecutors? I'm sure she wasn't the lead.
I believe there was 6.
6 So 1/6 is responsible for him beating the main charges. I doubt that. So why, in regards to, so it's leaning me towards it has something to do with Epstein. That's what it's leaning towards.
Because she didn't ask about that. Why are you guys still asking about that?
Why are we asking about it? And the thing is, let's tackle this, right? I say this is a big difference between the two party supporters.
Okay.
Right? Because
let's hear it.
We have Epstein. The Epstein situation is very much exposing one party, right? But we do see that the supporters of the Republican Party are absolutely upset. They're mad. They're mad at the big guy.
Okay.
And they're mad at their own party for not pushing a line on releasing all the information, not some of it, nothing redacted. We talking about everything because that's what they said.
Yeah.
That was one of the main points.
That's what they said.
Getting them elected and to garner that support from their supporters.
Josh, you said a lot, and I disagree with none of it. That is also, I'm in agreement with what I suspect to be the why. And I believe the one word, compound word, is scapegoat. I think they need someone to point the finger at for the Diddy loss. I think there's someone they need to point the finger at for the handling of the prosecution of Epstein. Now, it does not help Comey in the Epstein front because she was one of the supporters of keeping these files classified. So very early on, when people were literally suing the FBI to release these documents, she, working on the prosecution, was saying she wanted to keep it private. One of the last reasons that she gave was in case his co-conspirator, I forget the young lady's name, the Gillian Maxwell or Maxine or something like that, right? Giselle Maxwell, I believe.
She probably bad as hell.
If she, but if she goes ahead and gets another trial, they don't want people to be reluctant after getting a bearers from the declassification of the original files to not then be willing to take the stand against her.
So this is Epstein's co-conspirator, right?
That I'm talking about having a retrial. Yeah.
Isn't this interesting, right?
Sure.
That she has no deals on the table. She's not immune to give up further information, because I don't know her as a she's not a common name to me. So wouldn't there be more important people that she could speak on, as if, you know, if you say the same thing regards to Cassie got all this immunity just to testify against one guy. So if she has information about List and this guy who apparently what he was going to court for was so important that he quote unquote unalived himself, she has nothing on the table. She's not already immune.
So I will say, okay, so two things about that. One, she argued that she did have immunity from the plea deal that Epstein got back in 2008. She did not win that. The judge sided with the FBI on that. Now, what's also interesting on that is that she, after I think a couple days ago when Trump did the whole, why are you guys still worried about this?
Right.
She asked to testify in front of Congress. That thus far has been denied. Of course, Congress is held in majority by the GOP right now, who also just voted against releasing these files and declassifying them.
The funny thing is, she's in a very unique situation. Why? Because she has so much leverage right now. I don't know if she realizes it. Because what she can do, she could stir up a lot of things. Hey, I'm already going to jail, right? I'm already going to prison. It's looking like that's a guaranteed thing,
yeah, I mean,
right?
she's there.
So if I was in that same position, you know what I would be doing?
Talking.
Making up shit.
I'd be talking to everybody.
I'd be talking to everybody, writing letters.
Call Dateline. Call Tucker Carlson.
I'm calling Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Everybody.
You know what I mean?
I'm
calling Chris Hansen.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Shout out to
everybody.
Fans.
Sending letters to Joe Rogan and every bear that he's ever seen.
Caitlin Clark.
Call
her because she can't miss.
Listen.
She can't miss.
I'm asking Angel Reese to rebound. Like,
she'll get it eventually.
Yeah, just give me some.
She'll get it
eventually. Need rebounds, me-bounds.
She'll get it eventually. All right. You know what? I like that segue there, Josh, because what we are going to talk about is my main man, Shane Gillis. Hilarious. I thought he's been funny since the second I seen him on the internet. Couldn't believe SNL pulled their offer, but eventually did let him do some skits over there. I think that man is extremely funny. Are his jokes edgy? 100%, but that's his shtick, and he sticks with it.
Right.
Now, they had him host the ESPYs. I wouldn't have pegged him for the guy for the ESPYs, right? It's ESPN, is a Disney-owned product. Let's call it woke for a lack of a better term.
Definitely woke.
I don't think anybody would use woke for any term to explain Shane's brand of comedy.
No.
So what you guys have probably been seeing is a lot of headlines. Shane bombed, awkward silence during his monologue, etc., etc. I went back because I don't watch fucking award shows, even the ESPYs, right?
Me either.
But what I did is going back and look at some of his jokes, and Josh, it was the crowd's fault.
Yeah.
The crowd's fault. It was fucking hilarious. From saying Caitlin Clark was going to retire from when she retires from the WNBA, she'll go ahead and get a job at the Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves, fighting black women. He also said
that was hilarious.
Biles 4'8". A bunch of gold. You could probably find her at the end of a rainbow. Hilarious. Carlstown. Hey, girl. Fucking hilarious.
Best joke of the night.
He didn't miss as far as
he didn't miss, bro.
From Adam Silver to Donald Trump. Yeah. He just kept going in. He even ended with a congratulations to, I believe the young man's name is Travis Hunter, the one that won the Heisman. Yeah. So congratulations for winning the Heisman. They can't take it from you unless you murder your wife and her boyfriend, in which case they will take it from you.
Oh my goodness.
That's a from left field OJ joke.
No.
Who was, and it's even funnier because of who Travis is.
Bro, you know the connection with his girlfriend, right?
Yes.
I could get his girlfriend. I'm just saying. Anyway, you know.
Fantastic.
Shane absolutely murdered that set. He killed it.
Yes.
That was a great monologue. I don't know who could have done better. And I love how he delivers the jokes. Very nonchalant. very
like a dude.
monotone. It's just amazing.
He's
bro.
like the funny guy in your local gym or
Right.
in your local office, just out of nowhere. No one's talking about anything funny, and he's just like, "Oh, look at that shit," and then goes on to say
Goes
something
in.
funny about it. Like
Bro, he's like that
that's my
guy.
brand of comedy.
He's like
I
that
dig it.
guy. He's like that frat house guy.
Yes,
Kegs in the house.
yes,
He's directing you where it is,
yes.
and he's telling stories all night.
100%. I don't know how you can't love it.
I love it, man.
The people at ESPYs, I guess they do understand how you can't love it. So go ahead and ask them if you guys want some more on that.
Dizzy,
We love
man.
you, Shane. Shout out to you.
Dizzy.
You're fucking hilarious. Give
Dizzy.
me a follow, my guy. Now, Josh, this weekend we have a big night in combat sports. If you're not following my YouTube channel at Mike Just MMA, the man with the golden mic, then you're missing the best goddamn combat sports
You
coverage
are.
on the planet. You better catch us this Saturday starting at 10 p.m. because me and this guy right here will be live for every single goddamn UFC fight and maybe the main event of the night, the return of Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Fighting for a goddamn belt. Real quick, Josh, just because I am the MMA guy, so they say, here is your UFC 318 card. In the main event,
Let him know.
the BMF title, Max Holloway versus the coming out of retirement, but then retiring again, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Should be good.
This is a rematch. This is a trilogy, but unlike most trilogies, Dustin is up 2-0 against Max. Now, when you usually hear that, it's like, oh, why? But we just saw Katie Taylor and Serrano do a part 3.
We did.
Part 3 wasn't as good as the other 2, but it was still a competitive fight, and you understood why it was happening.
Right.
If you are an MMA fan, you understand why this one's happening too. It's not just because Diamond Poirier needed a big name, right? It's not just because Max needed a big name with some name value for 155 to get his run really going. But it's because the first fight was at 145, right? Both men have since moved out of the division. Dustin first, Max has now followed suit as of late. But when they fought at 155, which was their second fight, it was a late notice. They called him Muffin Top Max. He wasn't able to build a frame for 155.
Yeah.
What he has done since, where we saw him against Justin Gaethje, who has a win over Dustin Poirier, we saw Max put on the weight. We saw him at 155 looking stacked and gacked and motherfucking ready. That Max versus this Dustin is going to be
epic.
A banger.
Should be epic.
Cannot wait. Now, there are other fights on that card. Of course, we have Paulo Costa versus Roman Kobalov, right? Real quick, Paulo Costa, he lost against Strickland and Whitaker last year. He had no fight in 2023. His last win was in 2022 versus a Luke Rockhold, who has since, I think, maybe immediately retired after that. And he's fighting a young kid in Roman Kobalov, who, after his impressive KO streak, did meet with a couple of losses in the UFC, but he is coming off a W. Now, real quick, just to mention on that card, you have Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez, going to be a banger. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull, going to be a banger. Michael Johnson, friend of the program, is fighting the young Daniel Zellhuber, who is 3-2 in the UFC. Michael Johnson, of course, also a win over Dustin Poirier, probably his most impressive win to date. But I know the world at large is not MMA fans like I am, Josh. What they are boxing fans, though, especially when it comes to the stars. Few stars have ascended to greater heights than Manny Pacquiao. Josh, lead us on what we have in Barrios versus Pacquiao.
So this fight can go a number of ways. Now, I don't really like this fight for Manny Pacquiao. He could be turning the clock, but I really don't see it.
Okay.
Because, you know, at boxing, if you're a certain age regularly, it's like 3 times that age when you're stepping in the ring.
Fair.
And as much punishment as that Pacquiao has taken throughout his long, illustrious boxing career, I don't really like this fight. He's jumping in after being inactive and to go in to fight Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios isn't really the best.
Okay.
He's not the best, but he's not bad. He's good. He's only lost to Gervonta Tank Davis and Keith One-Time Thurman.
Oh, wow.
Which is funny. Pacquiao has beat Keith Thurman.
He did.
but that was a long time ago.
He looked good doing it, though.
He looked good doing it, and even then, he looked great doing it. And it was a big shocker because everyone thought this would be his that Keith Thurman would retire Manny Pacquiao.
That size
but
difference
he
was
didn't.
something to behold and inside the ring.
100%. But the speed was just Pacquiao was just the speed and the timing. He was just so great. You saw why he was a legend in that fight, and that fight was much closer than the broadcast led on.
Fair.
Because Keith Thurman picked up a lot towards the end of the fight.
He did.
But the thing that interests me in this fight, I want to see how Pacquiao's going to come out, because his last official opponent, he lost to.
He did.
And Mario Barrios beat this guy.
Okay.
He and Pacquiao's got nothing but older.
Yeah.
Mario Barrios has got better.
Okay.
He's gotten better. He was not championship level before, but now he's a champion in the division that has Jaron Boots Ennis in there. And Pacquiao's getting in this fight. Now, this could be a setup. I'm pretty sure Mario Barrios is a PBC fighter, and I'm pretty sure this is being broadcasted by PBC. I'm not really sure, but I believe so.
Okay.
I believe the business side would tell you why Pacquiao's fighting Mario Barrios, because he can fight Barrios. Barrios gets a bigger name by fighting Pacquiao. Barrios then fights Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis absolutely destroys Mario Barrios. Now he's a megastar.
Takes all that star power.
Literally. That's the setup I see happening. Because I don't think Pacquiao really has a shot in hell to beat Mario Barrios. The youth, the age, and I'm hoping that the nostalgia of Pacquiao is just flowing that night, so I can bet all of my money on Mario Barrios. But if Pacquiao does win, if Pacquiao wins, that'd be great. No, I'm just hoping that the name gives Barrios the underdog.
Do you know who's the favorite? Yeah, I'm about to say, do you know the bet odds on that?
Nah, yeah, I like to check closer to the fight.
That's fair.
We'll just so tomorrow. Yeah, and I know the Pacquiao fight brings in a lot of casuals. Hopefully, a lot of them bet.
Yeah,
hoping
they will. You know they will. Josh, that was a hell of a breakdown of that Pacquiao fight. We appreciate it. As I said, I'm the MMA guy. When it comes to boxing, talk to him. You'll find few not plugged into the actual boxing scene that know more fight history than this guy right here. Last but not least, we mentioned yesterday some crypto legislation that they were trying to push through that failed. We got a little more details on that. One, it's the Genius Act. It passed the Senate floor in June. It's now up for Congress to vote on. It was supposed to be up yesterday. They took it off the floor, Josh, and I looked into the why. So in the House, they tried to link 3 other crypto bills to the piece of legislation that the Senate had already voted on. Okay. They had some holdouts in the GOP that said they weren't signing it. They weren't cool with it just being thrown on there, especially this fast, right? So they, no, I'm sorry. So the 2 parties were arguing against putting it in, not putting it in. So they just took it off the floor for a vote so that they weren't embarrassed on failing to pass something that their own party had gotten through the Senate, right? Trump has a meeting with 11 to 12 of these dissenters, we'll call them, right? And pretty much told them, hey, we're going to pass this one piece that the Senate pushed through so that it doesn't have to go through Senate. And then we'll give you one of those 3 bills that you want. We'll link it to a defense piece of legislation that absolutely is going to pass. It has to do with the budget and funding. All those bills, more times than not, get pushed through. When they don't, that's when you start seeing things talk about shutdowns and things of that sort, right? So this is going to pass one way or another. They're going to get this other piece of legislation. This piece of legislation that they're putting on, it is the Anti-Centralized Bank Digital Currency Act. I know that's a lot of words, right? What it comes down to is it puts restrictions, if not all out blocks, these private institutions by creating their own digital currencies to track transactions. Now, the wording on that, I suggest you guys look into that. But what they said that their concerns was giving these institutions too much transparency without enough oversight in tracking these transactions. Some people are arguing, hey, the dollar bill is already trackable. There's serial numbers, there's bank accounts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The crypto bros are split on this, as well as the GOP party in and of itself. But this piece of legislation will get passed with that defense bill. Any thoughts, Josh, being a crypto guy?
Yeah, the Genius Act is a great name. That's one thing that stands out.
It's a good one.
It's an absolutely amazing name.
They're good at naming legislation.
Yes.
The big beautiful bill, like whether you have problems with it or not.
The alliteration. That's what it is. Bro.
That's where
Big,
the
bill.
magic goes. You know,
The magic.
I just like saying it.
You can almost say anything with alliteration, and it's going to sound good.
And how dumb do you sound when your statement starts with, "I don't like the big beautiful bill." Now you sound like an idiot.
I didn't think about it like that.
Wouldn't like the big beautiful bill? It's big and beautiful. It's a bill. It's BBB.
BBB.
Like, come on now, big baller brand.
We're locked in. We're locked in, right? We're locked in.
Come on.
You locked in?
Come on.
We are.
Come on.
Listen, that bill. First of all, if anyone's doubting crypto, and the path that it's on, the bill that's associated with crypto is called the Genius Act. You don't have to be a genius to profit off of this.
You got to read.
Follow it. Just follow it. Oh, it might pass. Say it does pass. Guess what you need to do? Probably put some money in. Probably. I'm not a financial advisor, but all I'm saying is they're planning the future right in front of our faces. We probably won't see the full impact on it. No, but this digital world that they're transforming, that's why I feel as though those are my thoughts, is that they're preparing for the new world. They're preparing for a change in how things are, and it has largely to do with the digital world. I feel as though all of these acts and all of the where they say like crypto is like kind of like the new .com, where the internet changed the world. I believe crypto and AI will come together and change the world like we've never seen it before. And the youth are thoroughly prepared for this. They're being prepared and they're being trained up to use and to be more interactive with the virtual world than the real world.
That's something that people largely don't pay attention to, Josh, and I'm so glad you touched on that. When you see the legislation, you think about the now. But the fact that our youth, and let's even say like the young teenagers, right, that are going to be in college in 3 to 4 years, them hearing about legislation like this, them hearing about progress like this, them hearing about the advance in technology and the advance of currency, maybe the biggest advance in currency since the motherfucking dollar. Like, let's be real. What they have proposed several times is that gold is of the past, crypto is of the future, and I'm not talking about in just what it was as a currency. What I mean is that you not only have an asset to back your currency, but the application of said asset. Gold, zero actual application. Can you make jewelry with it? Cool. That's not real fucking world use application. It's a luxury. It's worth what the fuck we say it's worth. But currency, cryptocurrency, not only is worth whatever the blockchain dictates that it's worth, but there's applications to the blockchain that supports it in and of itself, and it's exponential, baby.
And I do believe that there will be a combination of gold and crypto. I believe that they're going to use. I believe that crypto, Bitcoin specifically, will become the world currency in order to trade goods. As right now it's the dollar. I believe that Bitcoin is going to replace the dollar and being a world reserve currency. America is going to position themselves as being a majority stakeholder, so they'll have the majority of the power of having the world currency. And that will be used to get America out of the crazy amount of debt that we're in, and also to so America could be the leader of the new world.
I can't say much more about it than you just did, Josh.
Yeah, I just made it up too.
Hey, go with it. I felt it right here. But what I also feel is appreciation to every one of you, what I'm assuming are goddamn degenerates, because during your lunch break, you are joining us. Lunch break news. We are them lunch break balls until further fucking notice. Thank you for coming along. Join us anytime we get a goddamn lunch break. You understand what I'm saying to you? Might be tomorrow, might not. I will set the event and we'll start when we fucking start. I swear to God, one of y'all say something about me being lost.
It'll go down. It'll go down. It'll go down.
They lucky we on TikTok. All right, shout out to y'all. Josh, go say bye to the people.
Bye, guys.
We out.